And from this side part of the eyes, we're gonna have the crispy of that region for the arch of zygomatic bone. You know, zygomatic will be just right like here. Okay. Another thing that we can notice is this region will be more concave in that part, and then here you can accumulate more flat, more fat. So this would be more, just a little, slightly more concave, and then from here it can start to be more pronounced a little bit. So we can separate this region. I always try to remember, because in elder people it's gonna start to make those wrinkles from starting from this bag, you know, and it's gonna make this kind of wrinkles over here. Okay. Remember to pay attention with the draw shape for this inner part of the eyes, the lacrimal, and remember to always check the draw shape of the eyes that we said it would be more something inclined like this. All right. Actually, this, yeah, more like this. Okay. So this edge here should be more inclined for the vertical, and this will be more horizontal, and then we're gonna have this shape for the lacrimal. All right, so this region very concave. Notice the thickness of this part. All right. What we can talk more? This part here of the nasal labial fold, which will always goes into this region. Okay, it will go over here. So we add this volume, and do you remember that in the corner of the mouth I call some region I call nodes? Node will be this region here that we have this volume, a little bit of this volume, because it will merge all these muscles all together here in the corner of the mouth, and those muscles will bring for those regions. Okay. Just like that, and it's all related to the expressions. Okay. So now talking about the mouth, we can see that region here. All right, which is because of these muscles, the pressor labialis, right? And because of this, we have the change of planes for the chin and for the muscle. All right. Always remember to make this little depression. Remember the contour line of the mouth, which will create this M shape. Also the middle will also create this M shape, and in the bottom it will create this shape. Here in the middle we have a depression because we have two pads like 2 regions like this, and then it will force to have more a pad here, here in the middle, and here. So in between, for the lower, we're gonna have a depression in the upper lid, and in between of this one, we're gonna have a depression in the lower lid. Okay. Also remember the shapes, that here we're gonna have more a flattened region, and here it will be more a curved one. All right. Here we can make this kind of detail, like a little bit of a separation from the volume, like this, and a crispy edge. In some people it may be more pronounced, and some people not less. Okay. Yeah, let me just save it. Yeah, and then what it means to say here is that here we have that node region, and by looking from the side view, we clearly can see a separated line, you know, in a diagonal shape. And here we have to notice this silhouette for the mouth and for the chin, right? Remembering the rule of thirds, you know, sometimes the chin can be bigger or not, you know, it will depends, but it's a good parameter to start to feel your structure for the head. Okay. Also, another thing that is quite important to notice in the nose that we didn't talk about is this planification here, you know. It's a good point to start, you know, by doing the nose, always understanding the forms like edges, and this way will be easier to understand what are the change of planes. Change of planes, I know, for I usually say when you are saying this point, you know, the change of planes, this region here. Let me do it in with red. Here would be a change of plane, change of plane, change of plane, change of plane. You know, I also used to say change of planes for like those regions, you know. Just like this. This would be a change of plane, but also when we are talking about silhouettes, we can understand the structure better with those change of planes, like this, like this, like this, you know. It's always easier to understand the figure, and also to measure, you know, to start to make those measurements between, like, I don't know, maybe you are checking your reference, this measurement and this measurement, you know, this distance. Yeah, so you have to pay attention into these points. Notice to don't let your node too strong, you know, the drawing shape. Don't make like this, or even less. No, try to don't make it. This would be kind of the form, just to show you, but it's all very subtle. Just when you orbit your model, you are better able to see that. So pay attention to the way that you mark those regions. Okay. Also is important to notice this region of the upper lip. All right. And one thing that we said is about, let me show you. No, I don't want square, I want pen. This drawing shape for the nasal labial fold, that it goes until like this region, until the high of mouth maybe, and then it starts to smooth with all the other forms here. Okay, so you just let it more pronounced into this part, and into this region you could feel, by depending on the fat percentage of each person, like this change of planes for the zygomatic region. And also in this region of zygomatic, we can clearly see that from here we're gonna have a more pronounced shape, and then it starts to blend more with the rest of the forms. But do you remember that into this region, from the zygomatic to the jaw, we're gonna have the masseter, which will create some volume by depending of the strong, the fat percentage of the person, and also if the person is masticating, chewing something, it will be activated. All right. Here we could bring it even more volume, just like, I don't know, very subtle way, but more like this. So now at some angles we can better feel this change of planes, that we have this plane and also this region of the masseter. Okay, and just for reviewing again the ears, we can feel here the 9 number, the 9 shape at a contour line, and then inside we're gonna have that Y shape like this, and then the bull shape by the tragos and antitragos. Okay, and between them we can make some depression, which in this region here it makes more like a pinched. It's closer to the contour line, like here, and it's also very nice to have this, to pay attention for the gesture of those parts. Okay, by looking for the front, how the curves are, the triangles, and then going here and making that bow shape, and then this Y shape comes from the outside part, and then it goes inside, direction of inside region, like this, and for the upper part like this, and all this concave, which is so important, to have all this concave region. You can feel it with your own finger if you try to feel your ears, and you're gonna feel this region very thin part, and one thing that is also important to notice is this point between the ears and the cranial will be in the high of the side of the corner of the eyes, because when you wear some glasses, it will be exactly like here. Okay, and yeah, that's it. For the back of head, we can try some little suggestion like this, you know, like in the middle going this way, and here we're gonna feel separated two muscles, which will start with the trapezius muscles that we will cover it in the next lesson. All right, so we're gonna have the trapezius insertion point here, just like this, and behind the ears we're gonna have the sternocleidomastoid muscle, which goes for the sternum part. All right, but in the next lesson we're gonna check all the neck structure and everything. Also, it's good to pay attention into this angle of jaw we created, right? And also this part, this region, which will be in all dark, and it will be like the connection point for the Adam's palm and also the neck's muscles. Okay, and for the neck, always try to pay attention into its width, it's the distance. It will the average distance will be at the same width of the jaw, and it means more like a stronger, and it is less than the width of the jaw. It will looks more like a weak or thin guy, you know. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let's continue into the next lesson and check away the neck muscles and then the torso.